everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the Trained Down Professional, and welcome to a brief update thing. So first off, I want to address the Patreon page, because this is going to be the video that is showed on the Patreon page. Hello, those who are watching on the Patreon page. I updated the Patreon page a little bit. I changed some of the goals, because my living situation changed quite a bit. If you paid attention to the medical update videos, I have a herniated disc that I have only been able to treat through pain medication and homebrew physical therapy, because they won't give me the surgery that would permanently fix it. And there's complexities to that I don't need to get into. Point is, that's where I am. And as far as that is concerned, that's the reason why I haven't been doing stuff lately. That's where I've been. That's what's been going on. And that's what's been keeping me out of this chair at my desk. This filming session was kind of a test to see how long I can sit in this chair. And even then it got interrupted because I had to take the dog out. So I really don't know how long I can sit in this chair without being in pain. Because right now I'm okay. I'm experiencing at most discomfort. But that's also been because I've been leaning over to the side a lot, moving around and taking frequent breaks. And so I don't know what that means for streaming. But in terms of the Patreon page, the reason I have updated some things on there is because soon I will be moving. I'm about to move from my home in Kansas to Chicago. Real big difference. The population of Chicago is like a bajillion, and the population of the town I'm in is like 10,000, maybe, like, at most. It's gonna be a huge change that I am totally ready for. In all seriousness, I am very excited for it, and I am really looking forward to that next chapter in my life, because it will be marked by, a version of a new beginning. Not entirely, because I know some people up there, and I'm going up there with Bree, so there's that connection. And but I'm going to be making new friends up there. I'm going to be trying new stuff, both on and off YouTube, and how things go will be determined by how things go. There's no possible way to predict how things will go. We just know that we're going to try to make things work as best as we can, and that's it. So when it comes to the Patreon page, I still don't really have things to offer to you guys. The most I can offer is a short clip of you guys submit a line to me or something, and you tell me, hey, I want a clip. I donate, I think it's $5 a month, and you get a clip of you say what character, and then you tell me a line that you want that character to say, and then I'll record it and send it to you. The only thing I ask with that is keep it short. Don't be sending me fucking manuscripts. I want you to narrate this whole fucking book in the voice of Darius. No, I'm not doing that. And of course, common decency. I'm not saying terrible shit. But yeah, so there's that perk, and then of course there's the end slate, where you can get your name on the end of a video, and a monthly shout out that I constantly forget to do. In fact, I'm going to do it right now, because I'm sorry. The grades for my final paper just got released. I'm so scared. I'm much scared. Alright, here are my current patrons as of the 23rd of May when I'm recording this. I'm about to turn 24. Oh, fuck. Ow. I just stabbed myself with a chair. Reading off the list, we've got Mason Lehman, Alvaro Osorio, Chaos Black, A Foxbutt, Morris Arkletum, Drachma 55, The Bending Saiyan, Jacob Brown, Cade Silvermoon, and Alexander RHH. All people who are on the Patreon page. And hopefully I'll be able to show the benefits of your patronage a little more often. given the change that I'm about to talk about. Because one of the ways that I was able to keep track of this stuff was when I was doing videos more often than streams, because the streams are way less regulated, and the videos were easier to plan, and I could share them on the Patreon page right when they're uploaded. Hell, I could do, early access back in the day, but the way I was doing that was just unsustainable. And I'm not going to be able to do it that way anymore. I'm going to try to see if I can do it a different way. I think I have an idea, but for right now, that's not a perk for the Patreon page. And of course, if you want to cash in on the line, the saying a character saying a line, you got to send me the line, because there is a couple people who have $5 or more donations that haven't sent me a message, and I feel bad because I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm ripping these people off because they're not getting their perk, but they haven't told me what they want. Just tell me what you want, please. Or if you're just donating and don't want the perk, that's cool too. Don't feel like you have to do it. I just want to make sure that no one feels like I'm ripping them off or anything like that. So I think that's the Patreon stuff out of the way. So now we move on to the big stuff. Not saying that Patreon isn't big, but it's like this changes like the format of the channel levels of big. So going off of the medical stuff, I have been getting to the point where I can get back into doing some things, but I still have my physical limitations right now that are frustrating and annoying. But until things get fixed, I will likely have these limitations for a while. But being able to be in my chair for a while is, it's a thing I can do. And for, at least like an hour or so in cumulative time, I seem to be fine. So I could definitely do something again. I don't know about streaming. I don't know about that. But the thing about streaming is that the streaming will unfortunately be taking a bit of a hiatus. Now, I don't mean I'm not doing anything. Like, I already did that over the past month and a half. What I mean by the hiatus is that, I'm moving, like I mentioned. Here in Kansas, non-specific town in Kansas, I have a setup where I have Wi-Fi that is apparently at a certain speed, which is not a bad speed. I have an Ethernet cable that plugs right into the modem, and I get as fast a speed of internet as possible so I can get pretty smooth streaming sometimes. That is, of course, when I'm actually getting the speed that I'm paying for, which is not very often. Fuck you, Vive. But when I move, I am at first going to be moving into someone else's house. We're going to be going up there, getting established, like jobs and housing situations, and we are being graciously allowed into someone else's home to allow us to basically build up money for down payments and getting furniture and stuff, because the living situation I have now, being completely candid, is in this apartment, this 2-bedroom apartment, is me and Bree and my brother Aaron and my dog Spoofy. And that's a lot of people to cram into a 2-bedroom house, especially when not everyone is comfortable with certain aspects. My dog barks a lot, and my brother has irregular working hours, so a lot of the times when the dog is the most vocal and loud is when he is trying to sleep. In addition, my brother is not most comfortable living with people who are couples, because he's single, and he's been with people who in the past just felt like doing whatever they wanted when he was around, with no consideration for if he was around in terms of PDA. And so he's been kind of scarred by that, and understandably so. And so when it comes to what we're going to be doing, the current plan is that Bree and I will be leaving when our lease is up in at the end of July, but we're going to be leaving mid-July. Aaron will be staying here, and or finding out where he's going. He's not coming to Chicago with us. But with that, if he's going to be going out on his own, he needs his own furniture. And there's a lot of stuff we have here that we don't want to be hauling to Chicago. Our couch, for example. We had two. We got rid of one of them. This couch that we have that Spoof is currently napping on, we got secondhand. It's not a bad couch, but it's not, it's not something that we want to haul up and keep in storage and then have somewhere else. And then it's a couch that you should have until you replace it, and our goal is to replace it. In addition, this desk that I'm at. This desk was the one that my dad had in my original childhood home. And that might sound important, but it's not. It's run down, and I can't lean on it without it shaking and creaking, and it's broken in a lot of places. But it has a lot of space on it, and if it's just staying here, then Aaron might as well use it, because he doesn't have a desk right now. And so we'll be leaving this desk here, and the TV stand, and some of the shelves. And so basically, we're going to be going to Chicago with an intent to restart our furniture, because a lot of this stuff came from are decades old, 2, 3, 4 decades old, and are worn to shit and falling apart, and so we need to replace them. And so Aaron will hold on to them because he doesn't have the money to replace them. But when we moved to Chicago, some of this stuff, if we tried to transport it, would fall apart in transport. So it's not even worth trying to get them, especially this desk. This desk is held together with fucking gum and good hope. So when we move there to these people's house, I won't say who, but when we move up there, we won't have most of our own stuff. The stuff we do take, and we're going to be getting rid of a lot of it, just to declutter and to really keep the stuff we need to build our own life up there without holding on to shit we don't really need that we just held on to for the sake of holding on to it. A lot of that stuff's going to be in storage, and we're going to be living in someone's basement. I'm not going to be able to hardwire into a router, and the internet by itself isn't that great to begin with, so streaming will not be a thing while we're living there. And when we eventually do get our own place, maybe streaming will come back, depending on the price and what we can afford for internet and all that other stuff. The goal is to be able to eventually get back to the point where we can have high-speed internet and live comfortably and all that other stuff. The goal that everyone has, to live comfortably and do what you want to do. But yeah, when we first move up there, we won't be able to have that. And so I will be moving back to doing videos. I won't be able to stream. But, I'm not up there yet. By the time this goes out, it'll probably be the beginning of June, maybe mid-June. And that means we'll have a month left to transition from streaming to video. With that being said, I have learned by doing the streams that the biggest complaint people have when they're interested in the game is that I talk to the chat. That will be solved by doing it as a video, because the chat won't fucking be there. In addition, I have also learned that I don't have to cut to every word, not have any space in between words. I can't just randomly cut away. My distraction's like, oh, look at this fucking thing. Look at this. Holy shit, isn't this fucking cool? Like, that is fucking annoying when you're trying to listen to a story. But the way I used to edit things was very counterproductive, because I would spend 20, 30, maybe an hour, minutes recording the shit, and then I would have to watch it back and cut out if I misspoke, or if I stuttered, or if there was just a couple seconds too long in between words. And that not only is not a healthy way to edit, but it also resulted in a lot of editing weirdness, where stuff would start to flow normally without cuts, and then randomly be like, oh, no, 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 no. And then it's like it didn't flow right. It just didn't sound right. The compromise I'm having is that the video versions of these visual novels and getting to what I alluded to in the visual novel top 20 video, the other stuff I'll eventually be doing is hopefully to be editing more according to what I'm actually doing. Like if I'm playing a multiplayer game or something else, or if it's a skit or whatever, I won't be editing it like it's a visual novel. Likewise, if it's a visual novel, I will let shit flow. It's a storytelling. It doesn't need to be point. It doesn't need to be so rigid and so constrained by articulate and not articulate, but you get what I mean. It doesn't have to be fucking cut down to the wire, all this other stuff. The only question I have is how long would you like them to be? Because the streams would be like an hour and a half, but I don't know that people would want an episode to be that long. But then again, some people don't watch the streams live, and they watch them as episodes later, which also, as an episode, you will have them starting without that few seconds of the stream will start soon, which I used to try to edit those out, but then the YouTube editor would fuck up the audio syncing, and so I couldn't do that anymore. And then sometimes the endings would be cut off, and so a live streamer on YouTube is fucking broken in a lot of ways. So maybe when I can stream again, I'll only do it occasionally. I don't know. That's months away. As for right now, I can only speak to what I'm going to be doing now and soon. So for my return to doing YouTube regularly, I will be addressing the updates to the games I've been playing. Try to get back once I've done all of those, and there's a lot of them. I will be going and trying to get back to the games I had started anew, and trying to introduce new stuff. My capture card is fucked, so I don't know exactly what I'll be doing, but maybe it'll be more talky stuff. Maybe it'll be subject videos. Maybe pre-recorded podcasts. I don't fucking know. But whatever I wind up doing, I hope that you will go along with the ride and support and watch, please. It's very disheartening to want to do something that you really like and are interested in, and then have 2% of your regular audience even click on the video to give it a chance. But you know, I gotta look past that, because as everyone keeps telling me, I should do what I want to do regardless of how well it does. And so there you go. So I'm not abandoning visual novels by any sense of the word, but I will be drifting a little bit. I will be incorporating other stuff. And yeah, I look forward to giving it a shot. So that's the basic timeline. For the rest of my time until I move, I will be doing the streams and integrating a couple of new things. And then when we move mid-June, I will be maybe filming a bit on the drive, some vlog type stuff. I have a whole second channel dedicated to long, rambly, uncut vlogging style stuff. And it's just called Jacob Decker for some reason. I can't figure out how to name this shit, but I'm working on it. So if you're interested in my unfiltered thoughts on what's going on in my life, there's that. But yeah, so that's what's going on. That's when it's going on. And I look forward to coming back and doing the do. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the Trained Unprofessional. And I've been the Trained Unprofessional. Fairly well. Bye, everyone! Outros are still fucking coming.